You can almost hear the quiet here on the edge of La Villa. Here, the birds do the talking, the mules and horses do the walking, and almost nothing else happens. Gerardo Mireles rides his tractor by this little white house at least a dozen times a day.
It's very hidden around here. That's why they do it here.
He never knew he was driving by 42 undocumented people hidden inside.
Sometimes we see people arriving in a white van, but we didn't see anybody.
The immigrants came from Honduras, El Salvador, and Mexico. They live with the blankets on the floor, clothes on the rafters, and on crumbs of food. 2 of them took the chance of a lifetime Tuesday morning. They walked out of the house and found a trooper on patrol down the road. They told him their smugglers were holding them and 40 others hostage. The trooper called for backup and border patrol. Together, they rescued all of them. Many were sick and coughing. Some had lived here for 14 days. The officers who work in this area tell me they have never seen a stash house in an area this rural. In fact, the closest neighbor is almost half a mile away. People driving by here told us this house used to be a barn. The owner put the roof on and turned it into a home recently.
All they care about is money. That's what I think.
The sounds that break the silence every now and then continue like clockwork. Like nothing happened. The wide open spaces here on the edge of La Villa hide the horror that happened here. Jaime Vega is on a mission to get his money back.
They told me that I had cashed it.
He says someone stole a $5,900 check from his mailbox and cashed it here at the Casa de Cambio in Brownsville.
If I don't get that money, I'm not going to be able to give presents to my kids and do what I needed to do with for my apartment.
He filed a police report. He did some legwork, and he got a copy of the cashed check.
That is not my signature.
We came here with Vega as he asked for his money back. No. The owner's wife told us her husband wasn't there. What is the process? When you cash a check, what is the process? Just tell me what the process is. ¿Dónde está su esposo?
No sé. Ella salió fuera.
We heard her call her husband.
No me esté hablando, poniendo el número que ni me esté tomando usted tampoco, ¿eh?
We asked to talk to him.
Bueno, déjeme en paz, déjeme en paz. No tengo nada que hablar con usted, yo, no.
¿Por qué no? She wasn't happy with Vega either.
Ay, pero que es tanto escándalo usted, oiga.
Porque no me dan el dinero.
Hable con el abogado.
A few hours after we left, Vega told us the owner promised to give him his money back. He says the owner told him it was all an honest mistake. This picture-perfect scene wasn't so peaceful on Sunday.
They cut it right here with the pliers, and we're thinking that they were trying to steal our cattle. Their intentions were to get all the cattle together and then run them to the back, which they did, and cut 3 areas in the back.
200 of Israel Davila's cattle live on this sprawling land in Alton. This is one of 5 places the cattle rustlers sliced this fence. They knew the cows would go out here where they could round them all up.
They're my little pets.
They are also Davila's bread and butter. He breeds these cattle.
They run anywhere from probably 3,000 on up since they already have babies or they're bred.
The numbers on the backs of Davila's cows are identifiers. They make them more difficult to sell.
They're probably trying to get the cattle since the cattle prices are so high right now.
Cattle rustlers only see dollar signs in these numbers.
Not very long ago, they caught some people who were cattle rustling and slaughtering cattle.
He said thieves could easily sell the beef for premium prices.
There's probably a shortage of beef.
The cattle rustlers didn't get away with any of the cows.
It was dark and they scattered and they probably couldn't control them.
But they left behind a trail of trouble.
It's like a double victim. I spent all day here working on the fence, repairing it, and then had to pay the guys that picked it up $500.
Sheriff's deputies rounded up the cows. Davila had to pay to get them back. He thinks the cattle rustlers will come back and try again. Farrah Fazal, Channel 5 News this morning. 107 is one of the few roads in the valley that has a bike lane icon like this. Bikers feel safe riding here because they've got a lane all to themselves.
I'm always afraid to ride it on the road.
The fear never overrides the ride. Wally Alanis rides almost every day, often a few hundred miles a day.
They don't realize that we're just normal people trying to get from point A to point B.
I asked Alanis to ride with me down 107 to show me what he deals with every day. We hooked a camera on his bike so you can see the road from his point of view.
A lot of motorists just don't believe that we cyclists need to be on the road. They don't understand. And it's almost there's a hostility there towards a lot of cyclists.
Watch how fast some of these cars are going. They don't even see us. A driver rear-ended one of Alanis's childhood friends, Emmanuel Lopez, Tuesday evening. He's got broken ribs and a bruised lung.
He just seemed in an enormous amount of pain, just a world of hurt. You never really get used to these types of incidents, so they always come as a shock.
Alanis says drivers often honk at him, or worse.
A driver tried to run me off the road.
He's not asking for much.
We just want our share of the road. It's what we love to do. It's something that's a passion of ours. So it'll take. Geez, I don't think there's anything that can keep us off the roads. Not the weather, not the people, not the cars. All we can do is just try to be safe.
Not the accidents?
Not the accidents.
He just wants to come home alive after his ride. Wally Alanis says all the accidents in the last few years really have riders nervous. They're now riding more in groups when they get on the roads. In Edinburgh, Farrah Fazal, Channel 5 News at 6. Children carry laughter wherever they go, no matter what's going on under their feet.
Sí, el dinero sí tengo, pero no me alcanza mucho.
Eric is 3.5. William is 2.5. They have a 6-year-old sister and a baby sister. Ustedes están solita, ¿verdad?
Estoy sola, ahorita estoy sola.
Brenda Limon is a single mother. She and her children live in the Pueblo de Palmas Colonia in Penitas. It is one of the poorest neighborhoods in the county. They don't have a permanent place to call home.
Vive aquí mi hermana. Yo a veces me duermo aquí, a veces con mi otra hermana o así.
She cleans homes to get a paycheck. It doesn't even cover the essentials like food and diapers. She can't afford clothes and shoes. Christmas is just a wish, a hope, and a prayer this year.
Juguetes para ellos. Es lo que también a ellos les gustan mucho los juguetes, los carros, las pelotas, no sé.
These makeshift toys will do for now. The only gift Brenda has to give
Estar bien con los hijos y con la familia.
is her love.